All right, we're here in Ruins of Ahn'Qiraj, and yeah, we're soloing this one too. We're gonna solo the first 3 bosses in here on hard mode, which is gonna give me access to rare patterns. The first hard mode treasure chest, we're gonna be able to do that solo, and that has 2 Temple of Ahn'Qiraj patterns in it. So you're talking like your Flask of Endless Rage, your Glowing Kite and Armor Kit, your Good Vibes Generator. You can do this solo on a rogue. And this character is only using a very little bit of Scarlet Enclave gear. The majority of the stuff I've got is not even from Scarlet Enclave. I am just using 2 pieces of the Duskwraith damage dealer set. And then the rest of my gear is not Scarlet Enclave. 4-piece Death Dealer tank set from Temple of Ahn'Qiraj and Nightmare Dragons. This gives me a lot of healing and some multi-target damage. Kiggy's Clasp, Bone Scythe 2-piece tank set with Butcher on the shoulder. Mastercrafted Shifting Cloak, more Death Dealer set. Duskwraith Bracer and Belt is the set for those 2. That's the DPS set. Bone Scythe tank, Death Dealer tank, Death Dealer tank, Bone Scythe. This should be... Oh, I think this is supposed to be the tanking ring, and I don't think I actually have that on this character. Okay, we're gonna use Mason's Fraternity ring instead, which is technically a Scarlet Enclave thing, but you could slot in the Bone Scythe tank ring there, and that would work just fine and be non-Scarlet Enclave. Okay, slight little fix. Hang on, skipping this music track. Right, then Vigilance Charm, Ring of Emperor Veclor, Burrower's Shell, Silithidust Launcher, Implacable Blackguard, and Clobber Club. We just took out those Qiraji Gladiators, barely taking any damage, because the way I've selected all this gear and my talents allows me to have a combined chance to dodge, parry, and for the enemy to miss, combining all 3 of those, just over 100%. So they just can't hit me with any of their physical attacks, which is, well, it's really powerful. It allows me to solo a lot of this stuff. Switching into a couple of stealth items. I'm going to come around this way to hit the hard mode clicker for the first boss. Right, sorry, the talents are combat like this, 31, and assassination, 20. Like that. Good. So, I thought that this was not going to be possible for the longest time, because I thought you could probably kill Kurinaxx, but I thought there's no way you kill General Rajaxx. But stream viewer Green Lizards advised me of a different way to approach Rajaxx that would make it possible. And then we did it, and we did a learning raid on a different character where I figured it out and worked out all the kinks and stuff, and died a lot of times while trying to learn this. And now we're here on a second character doing it again, hopefully much more successfully and smoothly. Now, the obelisk, when I hit it, it's going to aggro these gladiators. And I'm going to run around the corner here and vanish, and as long as I'm out of line of sight of the gladiators when I vanish, they will de-aggro. But if I'm in line of sight of them, they see stealth, and they will just disregard the vanish and not care about it, and continue to kill me. So, we don't want that. Oh, wow. Wait, they aggroed me the last time. They are not aggroing me this time, so cool. That's good. Before we pull Kurinaxx, we were gonna want to kill 2 of the trash packs around him to clear out the space. This one and this one. And we're gonna do that by pulling them right over here in front of the, like, Rajaxx staging area. These packs are kind of nasty. They will hit you for a bit of damage. You do not want to fight 2 of them at once. They're literally harder than the boss. They're more likely to kill you than the boss is to kill you. I'll say that. Alright, in position, switch back to Death Dealer Treads and Mastercrafted Shifting Cloak. We should be good to fight. Alright, which one are we going to get next? Oh, they're kind of going to overlap here. Want to pull them when they're, like, right here. But I don't want to pull two of them. Let's go for this pack. I think I can get that without aggroing the other pack. So, this is a bit of a challenge. Gonna evasion, blade flurry, slice and dice, gradually back up, which helps keep all the mobs in front of me, even when they knock me around a little bit. Once the stinger goes away, our damage taken goes down significantly. I always hit the stinger first. Good. Got rid of it. So the wasps put the poison on you, and if you have the poison on you, you take increased damage from the charge ability of the stinger. There we go. There we go. We're back to basically full health. I'm going to let those fall off, I think, before I pull the next group. And I think I'm also going to use Greater Stone Shield Potion. That should reduce the damage I do take from the charges. The charge is a physical attack. We can get these guys on the next pass, I think. I'm a little worried because I'm not actually full health here. Gonna Adrenaline Rush. Put up Crimson really quickly. There we go. Okay. We're doing fine. We up the Blade Dance. Back it up just a little bit. There we go. Okay, we're looking good. Actually, that went much smoother with the Stone Shield Potion active. I would recommend using those. That was... We didn't really... That was actually, like, pretty bland, I would say. Alright, now this is the area I'm going to use to fight Kurinaxx. On my learning run, this boss it wasn't hard to kill, but it was extremely annoying. Normally when you fight this boss, you have like 10 or 15 people in here, and he can pick any one of those 10 or 15 people to place his sand trap under. He is only going to sand trap you. Every single sand trap is going to spawn under you. The color of the sand trap is very close to the color of the ground beneath your feet. It's actually just really annoying because they're kind of hard to see. So what I decided to do was do a strategy where I was constantly moving. And I'm just going to take him right here, and I'm just going to kite him around in a circle constantly for his entire lifespan. And that's going to be the plan. So here we go. Kurinaxx is a very, very large aggro range. So I'm just going to be constantly backpedaling. He will do a weird thing where he, like, summons you. If you get too far away from him, and he doesn't, yeah, like that. You see it kind of, the screen kind of stuttered. He did it again. Yeah, that's just going to be something he does. But with this movement strategy, I don't really have to think too hard about whether the sand traps are spawning or looking out for them or anything like that. It's just gonna take a little bit, and we're gonna kill him, and yeah, it's pretty smooth. I was getting very frustrated doing it before, because if I ever stopped paying attention for like 2 seconds to staring at the sand traps, if I was trying to stand still and fight him, or like only move when a sand trap spawned, I'd get a sand trap and then I'd do 0 damage for the next 20 seconds. And it was very frustrating. You know, it never killed me when I got a sand trap. What the sand trap does is it puts a 20-second debuff on you that like increases your chance to miss by like 90% or something. So it's very hard to hit with abilities. And you basically don't hit with abilities or auto attacks. But I eventually worked out that I needed to do a constant moving type of strategy, and this little area provides a nice space to achieve that. Drog85 says, I just cleared first 3 hard mode, AQ, 10 bosses. Thanks for the content, man. This is great. Well, I'm so glad you like it. And you said you used the backpedal strategy as well, and it was ridiculously easy. Yeah, I like this. Right, did I say earlier, I thought it wouldn't be possible to get past General Rajaxx, but, stream viewer Green Lizards today told me about a trick. You don't actually have to do the whole Rajaxx encounter. You don't have to interact with the NPC. You can just walk up to Rajaxx and fight him. And then you don't have to deal with any of the waves of trash that have problematic abilities, like stuns and fears. And after Green Lizards told me that, I was like, all right, we're in it. We're doing Ruins of AQ. Austin D2 says, hope all is well. Got Duplicity and Deception last night. Finally, yo, congratulations. It hurts so much having one of those swords and watching the other one not drop every week. Oh my god. Bro, his teleport ability, I think, is the most tilting thing. I think that tilts me more than the sand traps tilt me. It's just so jarring to be just like teleported a short distance. It like stutters and like moves you, and it's... I don't like it. If I could remove one ability off of this boss... Actually, okay, well, here's the thing. If I removed the sand trap ability, then I wouldn't have to move him constantly. And then the teleport wouldn't be an issue. But... okay, so I was gonna say, like, if I could remove one ability, I'd remove the teleport thing. But if you remove the sand trap, then the teleport becomes irrelevant. So, yeah, okay, I don't know, whatever. Thinking I was having a stroke with those teleports? Nope, it's just... that's... You're seeing things clearly. You're not stroking out, Stinkfist. It's just super obnoxious. Part of the reason I moved this way with the, like, slow backpedal is... it helps to make sure the boss always stays in front of me. If I do strafe movements, like sideways, that are much faster, the boss will have a better chance to just get behind me and get an attack from behind. And if the boss gets an attack from behind, I cannot block, dodge, or parry anything that comes from behind my character, and it potentially kills me. I don't know how hard this boss hits. I don't think he's ever hit me in my 2 attempts here so far, between the last run and this run. So, yeah, I don't know. We're just gonna make sure he doesn't ever hit me. Make sure he stays in front of me at all times. Ooh, boss is enraged now? That's fine. Not a problem. What the? He like triple teleported me there. Dude, he really was unhappy with me, I think. Always enrage on low HP? Oh. It's a low HP enrage, not a timed enrage. Yeah, I don't know. You're also going to see a mechanic you've probably never seen on Moam in this run. Moam actually has an ad phase, which I didn't know. I don't think I've ever seen Moam summon ads in any Ruins of AQ group I've ever done. It is apparently a timed mechanic that after a certain amount of time, Moam will summon ads. Yeah, it's for real. They're called like Mana Wraith or something. And Moam works just like the other Obsidian mobs, where like they leech mana from mana users in the group. Turns out, if there are no mana users in the group, they do not leech any mana. So Moam will not gain any mana. Until Moam summons ads, the Mana Wraiths also give Moam mana. And I'm gonna save my Blade Flurry and kill them with the Blade Flurry. And we also found out that even if Moam gets full mana and explodes, it doesn't even kill you. So it kinda doesn't matter. Alright, the walls have been breached. What are we getting here? Extra Martial Drape, maybe, that I could make another one of these with? And then put Dodge Enchant on it? 44 gold, 2 Tarnished Undermine Reels. This thing vendors for 17 gold. Let's go. I got 2 of them. Aspect of the Hawk. Regal Drape. That's the wrong drape. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick be right back, because I have to actually take a bathroom break. I should have done that before starting this run, but it is what it is. I can edit it out of the YouTube video. So, for Rajaxx, we have a very specific plan. First of all, let's see. Don't want either of those. We need to hit the hard mode crystal. Next, we need a second belt. And that belt is gonna have Shadow Step on it. Then I think we're gonna put the stealth stuff on. Yep. Was there something else I needed to do? Yeah, we need to refresh some buff durations. Sebaceous Poison. And Elemental Sharpening Stone on the main hand. Then we should be able to go in. Food buff too. Then we should be able to go in. Also, Winterfall Firewater. Then we should be able to go in. Right. So, we're gonna skip most of these guys. They're annoying. They take too much time to kill. And some of them we probably can't kill. Any of the bosses that have like a stun or fear ability, probably can't kill them. AQ damage buff elixir. Good call. We'll have to do that after we get into position. Okay, so the way I want to approach this guy is come up from this side, distract him, shadow step to him, and then get up behind General Rajaxx. I think distract these guys. Oh, wait, no, we were going to distract boss. Good. Now we switch back to the poison knife belt. It's very important it's on a different belt because you have pretty limited areas that you can unstealth here. I think you're safe to unstealth right here. But we're actually all just ready to fight now. So can't shoot him from this range. So I'm just gonna go along this back wall. He has a very big aggro range, so we can probably just unstealth here, and he'll aggro. We sprint. We're back in our safety corner. Blade dances up, and we're gonna have some friends coming in. Yeah, here come the friends. Crimson Tempest on everyone. It's party time. Did I do the draft of the... Yeah, I did do the draft of the sands. Nice. Okay, Blade Flurry. And this is it. We're backed into the corner here, so they can't get behind us. We're going to maintain Blade Dance and Crimson Tempest. We're occasionally going to get hit by abilities. Maintaining the Crimson Tempest 100% of the time isn't, like, mission critical. Maintaining the Blade Dance is. And you need to do Crimson Tempest, like, at least sometimes to be able to out-heal the abilities you do get hit with. Yeah, like, see, there's the big, like, knock away, knock up ability from Rajaxx. But yeah, we just kind of sit here and crank, and it's pretty simple, I would say. Nothing too tricky about this. The tricky thing is figuring out how to get into this position without aggroing stuff, without aggroing other things you don't want to aggro, and stuff like that. We could have also done Shuriken Toss instead of Poison Knife. I think I used Shuriken Toss in my last kill because we have all of these mobs around us. Shuriken Toss would give 5 combo points every single time I activated it, which makes it pretty competitive with Poison Knife. But Poison Knife also totally fine. Gives us bonus energy return, gives us a combo point, helps maintain the Occult Poison stack. So not upset about having Poison Knife on here. Why are you just cranking yourself in a corner, asked Thor. Well, because I get paid to do this. Mostly. I like doing it, and I get paid to do it. So I'd say it's a pretty good situation I've got going on. And, I mean, I only get paid to do it because so many of you guys watch me do it, you know? So, it's like, you know, we're doing this together. Blade Flurry is up. Rajaxx at 35%. Yeah, the best I can pay you guys in is Simonized Show channel points, which officially do not have any monetary value. But, I mean, that's the best I can do. So, Rajaxx in Rage now, totally fine. Believe that's a low health in Rage. You see his knock-up ability hits me a bit harder, but nothing else is hitting me, so it's just pretty okay, you know. Change hat for 15k is pretty good value. I'm glad you think so. And 0011am also seems to think so. Gives you guys a shot at seeing my balding dome. It's not bald yet, but the hair is thinning out on top. That's for sure. Sometimes I look in the mirror and I'm upset that I'm balding out on top, but then I just take my shirt off and flex, and then I'm like, it's okay. Damage. I got big pecs and broad shoulders and lats you can see from the front side of me. So, you know, I'm pretty all right with how I look. Sturls the OK coming in with a Prime Gaming. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support, Sturls. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Blade Flurry up. Now, I tried to vanish away from these guys in the last run, and I don't know why it didn't work, but it didn't work. It may have just been vanish being vanish. Let's try again. I'm gonna try to lip. Yeah, the vanish does not seem to work. I even lipped before trying to vanish this time to be sure I wouldn't be broken out by some mob ability. But it's definitely just not working. All right, let's go on Colonel Zaran. He's the mini boss. Last run, I aggroed 2 different mini bosses. I had Major Pakon as well. This one, I only have Colonel Zaran. And I'm gonna guess it's because I more closely hugged the wall when I was aggroing the boss initially. So I'd recommend doing that. Having to fight 2 mini bosses at the same time, it takes longer. But you see, they go down just like everything else goes down. Easy peasy. If you want to really min-max your cleave damage, you always attack the enemy that has the current highest health to allow you to get best usage out of multi-target Crimson Tempest damage for the longest time. We parrying and dodging in here? Yeah, Cheesy, this is a parrying and dodging type of stream. General Rajaxx, Marshal Drape, I'll actually use that. I'll turn that into another Cloak of Veiled Shadows and put dodge enchant on it. Double Bracers of Qiraji Command. Well, those don't vendor for very much, so unlucky there. We're gonna have to clean up the inventory, get rid of some of the low-value items. These bosses really drop a large number of items. Yeah. Okay, good. So we killed Rajaxx, and now we're moving to Moam, who is also, believe it or not, fucking easy. It's just easy. It is what it is. It is not hard. These guys, we've got a plan. I think last time I approached from the other side, I think I should be able to approach from this side too. Ooh, I don't have Vanish, though. Okay, we're committed, we're committed, we're committed. Don't screw me. Oh, shit! Okay, I screwed it up. They actually aggroed a little earlier than I thought they were going to. We'll come right back in and get that, done better. Alright, let's think about this. How are we gonna approach this time? Probably this way. And then I think I should buff up right here. And then go in, so I'm ready to fight if I have to. I always forget that you can drink potions while doing your food buff. Pretty nice. We don't have all of our fighting gear on right now. We have 2 pieces of stealth gear. Man, the aggro range on those guys is so big, though. Frick. Alright, this is how we've done it before, so I think we'll be fine to do it this way again. 1, 2. Okay, so we're back after dying to the Qiraji Gladiators. We're going to try to pull them slightly differently to get through. Stay as far right as I can until we get to here. Go around here. We're running through, running through. Got hit a couple times because I gave them my back. And pretty much as soon as that happened, I stopped trying to move, stopped trying to reposition in any way. And we'll just fight him right here and it'll be fine. This guy adding in, also, totally fine. Not an issue. Yeah, you heal up pretty fast with this Death Dealer bonus and Carnage rune, and you're fighting multiple enemies. Marry Me Monica says hello. Well, hello. How's it going? Today, we're soloing Runes of Ahn'Qiraj. Getting, hopefully, some valuable patterns that I don't actually need. But, you know, whatever. So, if you're in here and you have mining, you can kill all these obsidian destroyers, and when you kill one of the obsidian destroyers, it'll spawn a small obsidian chunk, and you can mine that. The large obsidian chunks are worth quite a lot of gold now with people trying to make their Ashbringers. Could you use the Blink Engineering Belt attachment to pass those guards? It doesn't break stealth. I highly doubt it. I don't have that on this character, but those guards have an extremely large aggro radius. I don't think you can get within... the blink is 20 yards. I don't think you can get even close to 20 yards to them without being detected already. The one thing you can do to sneak past the guards is, like, you aggro them and you sprint, and if you get out of line of sight of the guards and then vanish, they will de-aggro. But if you vanish while you are in line of sight of them, they will just continue attacking you and not care about the vanish. Ooh, I hope this Flesh Hunter... I'm gonna back up, actually. The Flesh Hunter sees stealth, and I don't want to mess with that. It will just kill me. So I'm gonna go this way to be sure that I avoid it. No! Not you, too. You could actually just... Wait, here's the play. It has now passed. Let's keep going that way. Could you Fetish of the Sand Reaver past them? Probably yes. Fetish of the Sand Reaver could get the job done. I do have it on this character, but I wanted to show this run without all the bells and whistles and hard to get items. I wanted to show, like, you can just do this. And, like, you know, you don't have to have Fetish of the Sand Reaver to get it done. You don't have to have a Scarlet Enclave weapon to get it done. And frankly, you probably don't even have to have Duskwraith 2-piece bonus to get it done. None of the things we did so far require that. Honestly, probably Moam isn't going to require it either, but, you know, I don't think, like, 2-piece bonus of the tier set is asking much these days. Okay, so, hit the hard mode crystal, and we're going to just go fight Moam. It's that simple. Pull him back against the wall there, so we don't have to worry about any weird patrolling mobs. Oh, wait, I did forget one thing. Can I vanish this? Let's see. Vanish? Yes? I think I'm vanished. Okay. Moam is immune to all bleeds. You cannot bleed this boss. So, Carnage doesn't do anything. And if I want to activate my Dustwraith bonus, I am going to need 3 different poisons. This is what I forgot that I wanted to vanish for. To be able to fix. I'm in combat with a stupid fish. Because, of course, I am. Dude, this guy is cramping my style. I was trying to, like, be over here and get unstealthed and fix my gear and stuff. Not letting me do that. Alright, where is... Did I get a different poison? I might have forgotten to bring a different poison on this character. Atrophic... Nope, I do. I have it. Atrophic poison. Doesn't really matter which poison you put on here, but we're going to get Sebaceous, Atrophic, and then Deadly Brew rune on my chest is going to apply Occult Poison, so that's going to be 3. We can't bleed the boss. It's immune to bleed, so we get rid of Carnage and go Unfair Advantage. Now we're actually ready for Moam. Let's do it. Now, I'm going to save my Blade Flurry and my Adrenaline Rush for when Moam summons ads. I was telling you guys earlier, you might not know this, but Moam, in fact, has an ad phase. Yep, if you kill this boss really slow, it will summon some Mana Wraiths. And the Mana Wraiths feed mana to Moam, and it summons 3 of them at once, and I'm just going to Blade Flurry them down. If Moam gets to full mana, Moam does like an explosion attack that knocks you up into the air and does a bunch of damage. It doesn't even kill you. It's not even that big of a deal if Moam gets to full mana and does the explosion thing. You know, maybe if you had like way less health than I do, maybe it could one-shot you, but it ain't one-shotting me at 11,000 health with a blood barrier of 2,241, let me tell you what. That's not happening. So, first time I killed this boss, I didn't even know there was going to be an ad phase. So I had burned my Blade Flurry just for extra damage right at the start. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Blade Flurry up. Don't want to kill Moam, want to kill the Mana Fiends. There. Moam is still doing the thing. Got about 1/3 of their mana up. Pretty good. Killed those guys pretty quickly. Marry Me Monica says, tomorrow you kill Council in Scarlet Enclave, and you're the only DPS rogue. Maybe you get Queensfall. Well, good luck. Marry Me Monica. Queensfall's huge. Very cool item. Everyone that doesn't have it is tilted, especially about warriors getting guaranteed Giga Legendaries, and you just sit there being RNG'd out of the game every week because Council didn't drop Queensfall. What I would recommend, Marry Me Monica, is if you're in a soft reserve like loot system, don't assume the hunters and warriors are passing Queensfall to you. Put a soft reserve on it. Don't play games with your with trying to sneak out an extra soft reserve on something. Not when it comes to Queensfall, I say. Raid Leader doesn't allow Queensfall on Hunter or Warrior. Good. Happy to hear it. Bro, these guys are killing me. Moam didn't even reach full mana. Alright, well. That's that, I guess. Boss is actually too easy. I interact with a number of, like, warriors and hunters who are like, oh, I need Queen's Fall. Well, I don't know a number, but I've seen it. That's probably, I should just say I've seen it, where warriors and hunters are like, oh, I need to use Queen's Fall until I get my Ashbringer. Or like, oh, Ashbringer isn't single target bis. Queen's Fall is my single target bis. So I need that also. Oh my god, it frustrates me. Anyways, Moam is dead now. Anticlimactic. 62 gold. Tarnished Undermine Reel. We don't need the Lord's Insignias. Treads of the Wandering Nomad. Book of Rejuvenation. Handbook of Feint. Qiraji Spiked Hilt. I'll take that and I'll make a second dagger and put agility on it. Qiraji Silk, that's basically worthless. Illusion Dust, basically worthless. Let's go over to the treasure chest, see what's in our hard mode treasure chest that we just soloed, by the way. We get everything in the chest. There's no one else to roll on this loot. It's all for us. What do we got? Razor Bramble shoulder plates. Shoulder pads. Vendors for 5 gold. Okay. Flask of Unyielding Sorrow. Let's go. If I was an alchemist, I would care about that. Boots of the Vanguard. 10 gold. I don't think those actually sell at 20 gold. 10 gold on that. There's probably something I can ditch out of my inventory. Amber Idol. Delete. Black Stone. Delete. This. And this. And, I think, oh yeah, I can just loot those because I already have a pile of them. Wait. Yeah, there we go. Okay, sweet. Ruins of AQ, first 3 bosses, hard mode, solo. You want to farm your Good Vibes generator, your Glowing Kite and Armor Kit pattern, extra copies of your Veiled Shadows set so you can enchant them with, like, dodge and agility. Go for it. I don't know what else you get here. I mean, you get actually a pretty considerable amount of gold with each of these bosses dropping like 40 to 60 gold. 2 books worth 10 gold each. You know, a bunch of epics. Like, if you cleaned up the run, like you didn't die to the gladiators like I did, you probably come in here and walk out with, what, 250, maybe 300 gold just off of vendors. You know, it's pretty good. Pretty good. I think the main desirable thing is that, like, you can get these rare patterns. Alchemy patterns, leatherworking patterns, Good Vibes generator. Solo. No competition. Easy peasy. That's good. And we say thanks to Green Lizard from the chat who gave me the tip that this was even possible.